Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Thursday edition of the Steel City Sports Report, where we talk all things Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. I am your host, Brady Vini, and today's report includes Pirates officially eliminated. Is Bryan Reynolds changing position? Two former Penguins being honored, and more. As always, please be sure to like, comment, and share this video, as well as subscribe to the Steel City Sports Report for the latest in Pittsburgh sports news. Now, let's get into the first news story of the day. Pittsburgh Pirates officially eliminated from playoff contention. On Wednesday, the Pittsburgh Pirates were mathematically eliminated from competing in this year's postseason. The Pirates appeared to have taken steps forward towards contention for the postseason this year, even being 3 games over 500 shortly after the All-Star break. However, things came crashing down in August as the Bucks went on a 10-game losing streak. Since the 10-game skid, the Bucks never regained their footing and day by day fell in the standings to last place in the NL Central, where they currently reside. In their game last night against the Cardinals, the Bucks once again lost to the Redbirds, this time 10-5. With this defeat, the Pirates now have 81 losses on the year. That means the ball club will finish the season without a winning record for the 23rd time in the past 32 years. The Bucks have fallen so far off that they would need to go 5-5 in their last 10 games of the season to even match last year's record of 76-86. I wouldn't hold my breath on that either, as the Pirates' final 2 series of the season are against division leaders in the Milwaukee Brewers and New York Yankees. Even if the Pirates somehow manage to match last year's record, this season cannot be looked at in any other way than a disappointment. For a team that finished the 2023 campaign with some promise, in addition to getting a seemingly once-in-a-generation starting pitcher, to be in the position they are is completely ridiculous, and how they got to this position should be viewed as malpractice. With the offseason now around the corner, the direction of the Bucks, whether it be ascending into playoff contention or sinking into another endless rebuild, is as uncertain as ever. Is Bryan Reynolds changing position? It might be safe to say now that Bryan Reynolds' days in left field for the Bucks are numbered. No, it doesn't mean that the former All-Star is getting traded, but is actually changing position. Per Pittsburgh Post-Gazette Pirates reporter Noah Hiles, Bryan Reynolds has been doing pre-game work fielding ground balls in recent days and has even got a first base glove. Hiles added that Pirates manager Derek Shelton, for the past couple of seasons, has been approached by Reynolds on the possibility of getting a look at first. When talking to reporters about the likelihood of Reynolds playing first base next season, Shelton responded, "There's potential. I think we have to see how it goes. See how the work goes. I watched him do a little glove work yesterday. It's good. He's got good hands. It's a different case scenario with Cruz because we wanted him to get out there. But in this case, we started to talk about it. I would rather him do it, have a couple weeks doing it with Donnie and Mendy before he gets to Nashville in the wintertime, calls me and says, 'Hey, can I play first base?' I would rather our guys see that and kind of work on it as we move forward." Reynolds wouldn't be the first Pirate to undergo a position change for the Bucks recently, and most likely won't be the last. By now, everyone has heard of O'Neal Cruz's transition from shortstop to center field, and from a naked eye evaluation, the move is going well so far, minus Cruz's recent ankle flare-up. Also, Reynolds may not be alone in a position shuffle this summer, as the Pirates have a surplus at the catcher position, with first overall pick Henry Davis, trade acquisition Joey Bart, and a returning from injury Endy Rodriguez. Should the Bucks keep all 3 catchers around through the winter, it would be logical to move 1 or 2 to a new position and maximize all their production. If Reynolds moves from left to first base, that will open up a hole in the outfield that will need to be addressed via free agency or trade this offseason. Would you like to see Reynolds transition to first base, or stay where he is in left? Let me know in the comments below. Steelers release initial Week 3 injury report. In his Tuesday press conference, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin said that quarterback Russell Wilson would be a limited participant in the team's practices throughout the week. As expected, Wilson, with others, ended up on the injury report for Wednesday, which reads as follows: quarterback Russell Wilson, calf, limited. Wide receiver Roman Wilson, ankle, limited. Running back Najee Harris, rest, did not practice. Guard Isaac Suamalo, pectoral, did not practice. Tight end Michael Pruitt, knee, did not practice. Linebacker TJ Watt, rest, limited. Defensive lineman Larry Ogunjobi, knee, limited. Honestly, it is not outrageous to say that everyone listed on the injury report this week does have a chance to be active on Sunday for the home opener. A somewhat overlooked part of the injury report is Najee Harris and TJ Watt resting, which is probably for the better. Watt will be lining up across from the first offensive lineman taken in this year's draft, Joe Alt. As for Harris, he will be running at a stout front seven of the Chargers. That includes Pro Bowlers Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. This weekend's game should be a slobber knocker between the Steelers and Chargers, as both teams pride themselves on a physical brand of football with a running downhill style of play. Steelers wide receiver and special teamer placed on IR. On Tuesday, the Steelers brought back corner and special teamer James Pierre. Presumably, Pierre was brought back to be a gunner opposite wide receiver Ben Skoranek. In reality, Pierre now replaces Skoranek, who is going on injury reserve for the Steelers. The wide receiver and special teamer suffered a shoulder injury in the Steelers game against the Broncos and now will at least miss the next 4 weeks. This is depressing for Skoranek, as since he joined the Steelers and got elevated from the practice squad to the active roster, he has worked hard and done everything the coaches have asked him to do. In a corresponding move, the Steelers signed tight end Matt Sokol and wide receiver Jeray Jenkins to the practice squad. As of right now, the Steelers have 52 players on their 53-man roster, so another player from the practice squad will soon be getting an opportunity to make his talent seen. 2 former Penguins get inducted into the QMJHL Hall of Fame. On Wednesday, the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League announced 5 new inductees into the QMJHL Hall of Fame. 2 of the 5 inductees were former Penguin players Alexander Daigle and 2009 Stanley Cup champion Maxime Talbot. Starting with Daigle, during his run in the Q in the early 90s, Daigle was without a doubt one of the greatest players, if not the greatest, in the league. Daigle was the first overall selection in the 1991 QMJHL draft by the Victoriaville Tigers. The 16-year-old won the 1991 CHL Rookie of the Year after recording 110 points. In 1992, the Michael Bossy Trophy, which is awarded to someone perceived as the best pro prospect, went to Daigle for his 137-point season. It should be noted that those 137 points were scored in just 53 games. When he was drafted first overall in the 1993 NHL draft by the then expansion team Ottawa Senators, Daigle collected 20 goals and 51 points, finishing second in team scoring. The star forward made a return to the QMJHL in the 1994-95 season when the NHL went into a lockout. Daigle completed his junior career with 292 points in 143 games, including playoffs, and he won 2 gold medals with Team Canada in the 1993 and 1995 World Junior Championship. As for Maxime Talbot, he was drafted 8th overall by the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies in the 2000 QMJHL draft, but was traded halfway through his first season to the Halt Olympiques. In 4 seasons in the Q, Talbot recorded 381 points in 301 games. He also had 82 playoff points for the second highest total in Halt Olympiques history. Talbot was captain in 2003 and 2004 when the Olympiques won back-to-back President Cup championships. In both championship runs, Talbot was awarded the Guy Lafleur Trophy for QMJHL Playoffs MVP. Daigle and Talbot joined Reginald Savage, Giles Courteau, and Patrice Bergeron to receive this honor. Congrats to Alex and Max. And finally, Noel Acciari absent from camp for good reason. Congratulations to Penguins forward Noel Acciari and his wife on the birth of their new baby boy. Acciari missed the past couple of days of informal skates and was in the early group of the Penguins' first day of training camp for good reason. Quinton Steele Acciari was born on September 16th, and it has been confirmed that the middle name Steele was chosen to honor the city in which he was born. Hopefully the Acciaris remember to swaddle that baby in a terrible towel, but regardless, congrats to Noel and his family on their new addition. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up a Thursday edition of the Steel City Sports Report. Again, please be sure to like, comment, and share this video, as well as subscribe to the Steel City Sports Report. And I will see you guys tomorrow with some more Pittsburgh sports news.